Hello, this is not a spring chicken. Of course, the big news yesterday, of course, is that Obama was in LA, and we were expecting heavy gridlock because some of the roads were closed. But you know what? This is one time we were really happy that he used the presidential helicopter because, well, at least the traffic wasn't so horrendous. But for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Obama's helicopter prevents the LA gridlock.
Yeah, well, yesterday we were fortunate enough to be right underneath the helicopters as they flew over. You had two gunships and the Marine One flying over to where they could set the helicopters down, then get into the presidential procession.
Well, and we caught it on Oldecam yesterday.
Yeah, and since we had the camera running, it doesn't zoom. You can tell how close they were over the top.
I know. And you know what's funny is somebody else I know that was on Facebook. They put that the presidentials flew over. They identified what they were, like this type of this and this and that. Yeah,
because they were great big massive helicopter with two smaller ones on the sides.
Mm-hmm. And it's a proven fact that unions play little, if any, part in supplying funds for Democrats.
Well,
yeah, right.
That's a good one. I'll try this one as my grandmother would have said to me when I was younger. There are lies, and then there are damn lies, and there's goddamn lies. And you know that one's a goddamn lie. I mean, he said that the businesses contribute 10 times the amount of money that unions do to the election.
Well, you know, part of it is a fact that they play little, if any, part. Now, part of it is everybody knows that's false.
Well,
it's not even.
I know. I mean, they're the main. Them and the Trial Lawyer Association are the main benefactors of the Democratic Party. But they're going down the list. I saw them going down the list. Well, you do admit that SCA we gave about $80 million. Well, yes. You admit that the service work, the government employees union gave like about is the top giver. And well, yes. And he said that all of these unions are the top givers. And he said yes, but it is the undocumented money that the foreign governments are giving to the Republican Party.
Oh, really?
That's their excuse. They're hung up on their talking points. It's those hidden donations. That's what. If they're a hidden donation, how do you know that it's more than the Democrats are giving? They said it's 10 times greater than what the unions give.
The White House announces the unemployment rate has fallen in 27 states right before the election, and no one believes it.
That's called a roadrunner. This is the Republicans' little coyote. That is definitely a roadrunner moment for the President of the United States. Then why is unemployment going up if unemployment, according to him, is going down? Why is it that's so much different from the official thing that was put out by the unemployment bureaus on the last official thing where unemployment was horrible, but his is now right before the election. The miraculous amount that the economy has turned around.
Mm-hmm. And Obama asked voters to stick with Democrats.
His whole philosophy is change that matters, hope and change. Well, they didn't get change that they were. He told them he would be everything he listened. He did the opposite, which I told him what he was going to do. You know, he's the most partisan president in this nation's history. He doesn't care what anybody thinks, and he sucks up to every terrorist in the world. So.
Katie Couric on the CBS News said all Americans stand against the white supremacy Tea Party, even though CBS's own poll shows just the opposite.
You know, they said Couric is on. They said Katie Couric is on the way out with that. They said they know that her contract's not going to be picked up, and that basically the CBS television network had to make apologies saying, well, there was obviously a mistake by her producer, not her. Well, yeah, she supports Obama heart and soul.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't she supposed to be reading? I mean,
well, every single
what comes off of a prompter?
No, she didn't have a prompter. She's talking to these people like in she's sitting in a room when they're all talking about how that everybody in this nation knows that it's a white supremacy movement. They had a black person out there, a Latino, Asian.
Oh, well, no wonder why she got in trouble.
But they were picked up, and they were all picked up one at a time, individually, so which made them a far better poll than anyone could take because her producer just went out and picked up people. The problem is that every single person they picked up had a Tea Party as a white supremacy movement a placard or an anti-Tea Party thing at a Tea Party or Glenn Beck event.
Wow.
That meant they weren't picked at random. And they
You mean that's not coincidental?
Oh, that's what they said. They're probably the producer of her show will be fired by Monday, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get caught, you generally fire the person. Dan Rather got fired because Dan Rather was involved, but Couric they won't fire because her contract isn't going to be renewed anyway.
And Obama gets what he wants from the WikiLeaks, Iraq war leaks, no U.S. investigation of many abuses.
Oh yeah, they said that you know it's just we've been murdering innocent Iraqis since George Bush was president, and only Obama stopped. It does say Obama stopped the innocent deaths in Iraq, but they said one of the people said last night they bet that while he's condemning it in front of the camera, that he was on top of the desk at the Oval Office doing a dance. You know, that we're finally going to get those son of a bitches in the military and basically shut the military down. They said that was probably the, you know, ding dong, you know, we've won the war, the military is now gone. Well, since it's old news.
And the word that all Democrats are using against their opponents, extreme.
Okay, you can't elect Bonnier because Bonnier's an extremist. You can't elect Mike Huckabee because Mike Huckabee is an extremist. You can't elect Jesus because Jesus is an extremist. Every Republican running for office or anybody that has Republican sympathies is too extreme for this country.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are guys that basically rammed through legislation with no Republican support, didn't even talk to the Republicans, but the Republicans are the extremists.
Well, you know, part of it is, and actually we should be talking about voting, is that for a lot of people, if you don't pay any attention to the news and you just believe what's on there and believe all these talking points, well...
Well, but the problem is...
There's a lot of people that do that, though. You're not doing your research.
They're doing it, okay, we're putting, like, we got Republicans that basically haven't been in office for like 20 years, and that people that they're running against are really liked by their constituency, and they're, you know, this man who used to be your representative until he retired because he got old, he's too extreme. They don't buy that. That's coming from a guy that they adore, a Democrat. When he says it, it kills him in the polls. I mean, Billy Graham is too extreme.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one really is bad.
Is he running for office?
No,
I was going to say.
Billy Graham's views are too extreme.
Yeah, he's pretty conservative.
And there are too many people, there's too many Republicans with Billy Graham's extremist views.
Yeah, and it's all over for the Republicans, even though they are leading in most races.
Well, that's right, because the Tea Party people said we're going to throw, if they do what Bonnier and others are saying they're getting ready to do, we've already getting ready to throw their asses out the day after they do it. Well,
you know, that is just pure stupidity.
Bonnier is preparing to put the Democrats in leadership positions that caused the problem because we have to cooperate with the president to save our country. No. Cooperating with Obama means you do what I want you to do. And if you put Barney Frank back in charge of a position that he screwed up to begin with, he's going to continue to screw it up.
Apparently he has a different definition.
Well, they said they're going to run against Bonnier. Bonnier is trying to back off from what he said, but he can't because he said that once again said it on national television. He also said that we need to fix Obamacare, not repeal and replace it. You can't fix it. But he's in that, he wants the status quo. That's what he wants, and nothing more.
And day laborers hold rally at Costa Mesa.
Yeah, that was to condemn the racist George Bush and the Republicans because we're hardworking. We come to this country looking for work. It's the American way. No, the Americans that came here legally, folks. They didn't come into the country illegally. There's a difference.
And Leslie Stahl can't understand why the people do not appreciate all the great things that Obama has done for them. I'm just...
there isn't anybody that... Okay, the Democrats are running from this man like he had the plague. And she's basically...
I mean, she does news. What's the deal?
No, but they're... the press on the left, especially the women, are gaga over Obama. He can do no wrong. And because he can do no wrong, you know... they're basically no longer journalists. They're basically... shills for the White House.
Yeah, and mortgage woes.
Oh yeah, because Obama's disaster and then his threatening, I didn't send the Justice Department after you to investigate you. No one buys it. People that have paid their homes, Democrats and Republicans alike, don't like the fact that Obama wants to forgive hundreds of thousands of dollars of people's loans that aren't making payments, who haven't made payments since he was elected and have no intention of making the payments. They want their homes to be given to them for free. And
I do too. But
well,
yeah, that would ever happen.
That's not going to happen.
Democrats running. I never voted for anything Obama sent them to pass ads, and so the right are on the right side of the Republicans.
I know. They're
What?
ultra conservatives now. The people that are on the left are so conservative they make the Republicans look like they're moderates. Yeah, because you cannot find. There's 7 total Democrats that they can find that are saying they supported Obamacare, and they're in safe districts and are losing.
Yeah, so how do you know if a Democrat's a Democrat or a Republican's a Republican?
Not at the moment you can't.
I know.
The only thing they have in common, though, is that they all have in common they all dislike Obama.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
That basically you should only pay attention to everything that's being said with a grain of salt, because both sides are lying through their teeth.